Let's get the votes as our whip, Tom Emmer.
Thank you to our speaker for making sure that we've had this opportunity. And thank you for our majority leader, Steve Scalise, who I believe today has lived up to the title of Ragin' Cajun. I think today it works. Month after month, families have been slammed with record-breaking gas prices and massive utility bills. Some have even had to choose between filling up their car or putting food on the table for their families. Democrats' war on domestic energy sent energy costs skyrocketing, and Americans were forced to foot the bill. But today, House Republicans said no more. I'm proud of our work to pass H.R. 1, a bipartisan common sense bill that unleashes American energy and drives down costs for family. The core tenets of the bill were simple. You want lower costs for Americans. You want to allow energy companies to thrive without all of the bureaucratic red tape. You want to make America the energy superpower of the world. Then, guess what? You vote in favor of H.R. 1. Unfortunately, over 200 House Democrats chose to vote against this bill. And President Biden is already irresponsibly threatening to veto the legislation. But we've seen how he's changed his mind, Mr. Speaker, in the past. Make no mistake, Americans will remember who stood up to give them some relief at the pump and end our reliance on foreign dictators for oil. They will also remember the ones that didn't. Today was a big win for the American people, and I look forward to celebrating more wins ahead as the House Republicans continue.
Dear friends, he just did it. President Biden has announced his bid for re-election. This could lead to huge changes for the American people. In Congress, 14 lawmakers are now working together to make it much easier for low-income households to receive extra refund checks. This comes after new data has shown that millions of Americans are missing out on claiming extra relief money. My friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, in just a few days, I will be announcing more winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dear friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Today, President Biden formally announced his bid for re-election, setting off a battle to convince the country that his age will not impede his ability to govern. In a video, Biden framed next year's contest as a fight against Republicans. Biden's official declaration ends any lingering doubts about his intentions and begins a contest that could evolve into a rematch with his 2020 rival. He enters the race with a significant legislative record but low approval ratings, a conundrum his advisors have so far been unable to solve. He is already the oldest president in history. He also confronts persistent questions about his age. The launch comes 4 years to the day that President Biden made his 2020 bid official. That race became a mission to restore the country's character and prevent the former president from achieving a second term. Biden's fourth and final presidential campaign will rest on similar themes, just as he did in 2020. Biden is making an appeal to the nation's ideals. But Biden's campaign will also ride on promoting the achievements made during the first 2 years of his presidency, and an argument he needs more time to finish a job. Still, at 80 years old, Biden is the nation's oldest president. Many polls have consistently reflected concerns about his age, even among Democrats. Most Americans, and even a majority of Democrats, in recent surveys, have shown little enthusiasm for another Biden run. A series of upcoming challenges, including a still uncertain economy, could provide many hurdles to Biden's re-election. And now that power in Washington, D.C. is divided, the GOP-controlled House has largely dashed hopes for major legislative accomplishments in the 2 years ahead of the 2024 vote. The president's tenure in office so far has been marked by key triumphs for his policy agenda, including successfully pushing forward and compromising on a broad set of high price tag priorities with Congress that address funding for the crisis, rebuilding the nation's infrastructure, bolstering domestic semiconductor chip production, and addressing climate change. But in the coming months, Biden is facing pressure to negotiate with Republican lawmakers to raise the national borrowing limit to avoid any catastrophic default. Biden's top advisors revealed last fall that they had been making plans to build out a 2024 run. And Vice President Harris has consistently said she expects to be Biden's running mate if he runs for re-election. A pair of Senate Democrats have also urged the Internal Revenue Service to take a simplified approach to the tax filing process and expand access to free e-filing options. The Internal Revenue Service was recently awarded $80 billion in funding from the Inflation Reduction Act, which was passed last year. In a letter sent to IRS Commissioner Daniel Werfel today, Senators Tom Carper and Elizabeth Warren noted some ways that the IRS can simplify its filing approach, including improving the taxpayer experience by using accessible e-filing tools. The senators wrote in their letter, "The objective of the IRS should be to improve the taxpayer experience and make the process of filing income taxes simpler and more efficient." The letter was signed by 12 other senators, including Senator Bernie Sanders, Ben Cardin, Sherrod Brown, and Cory Booker. The senators also expressed their concern with the Free File program, a program the IRS created in an effort to simplify the tax preparation process and provide lower-income taxpayers the opportunity to file the returns for free, while also encouraging the growth of e-filing. Senator Carper and Senator Elizabeth Warren wrote how the usage rate of the Free File program is relatively low, saying how taxpayers who are eligible for the program will instead either file tax returns using other options or not file returns at all. According to recent data, despite Free File's 2 decades of operation, millions of taxpayers annually still miss out on critical tax benefits like the Earned Income Tax Credit and the Child Tax Credit because they do not file their tax returns. This is why many Americans are encouraged to file a tax return, even if they are not required to do so. Well, my great and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you, dearest friends, for joining me here and for being part of this community. I will be announcing more winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the giveaway, my dear friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the weekly giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.